but I was happy with our effort, how well our guys competed, how hard they played. And the best thing about the bowl game was the preparation leading up to it and being able to practice our younger guys. And you know, I spent the last couple of days actually watching those practices and seeing, you know, guys that redshirted or didn't play this year and how they performed in practice. So it was good to see. Like on the offensive line, you had Ronald Rudd and Tariq Bateman and Caleb Chandler, who all got a ton of reps, learned the offense, worked hard at it. Malik Cunningham did a good job, and he'll be able to make a cut up of himself executing our offense just from the bowl practices. And obviously now there's a lot of development that has to go with him competing for the, you know, starting job or backup job or whatever it is. Sean McCormack, who's a walk-on quarterback, you know, did a really nice job in the bowl game practices. Sean's a big, tall guy that can really throw the ball. Reminds you a little bit of Hunter Cantwell when I was here, and the fact that, you know, he's got a big arm, not real mobile, but can get the ball out of his hand. Justin Marshall, a young receiver that we redshirted, really I thought matured and grew up as the year went on, and he did a great job in the bowl practice. You know, defensively, it was great to see two corners out there, and Rajay Burns and PJ McManusor. They did a great job basically all year long giving us looks. You know, two guys that have played a lot the year before in different conferences. Brought Rajay here today to talk a little bit. You guys can ask him questions, but you know, we're expecting a lot out of those two guys, and the leadership that they even gave us this year, redshirting, is something that really helped us, I thought. Boosie Whitlow, who's a defensive end transfer from South Carolina, you know, got a lot of reps in working our defense, and again, he gave us a great look all year, rushing the passer and making our guys work hard on the scout team. But this now in bowl preparations, he's in there running our defense, so that was great to see. And then Nick Okeke is another guy that's a big, true freshman, inside linebacker that we were able to redshirt. We weren't sure whether we would as the year went on, but he's big and can run and tackles really well. So again, it was great to see those young guys in the practice, and I think that's one of the major things in bowl preparation is get the guys ready to practice for spring ball. And they get to study that video now and work on that, getting ready for spring practice. You know, it is hard to see those seniors go. You know, they're always going to play a big part in my heart because that was the first group that we had coming in that we recruited. Obviously added some to them, and then there was some left over. I thought they did a great job for our football team. You know, the first group that ever went through the ACC conference. You know, a year ago they shared a conference championship, going 7-1 in conference play. This year wasn't quite what we wanted, but they did a great job keeping the team together and giving us leadership and finishing strong in November. Obviously, we lost, you know, 3 juniors that, you know, we didn't want to see happen, but we knew it possibly could. You know, Lamar's decision to come out was one where him and his mom spent some time talking about it. He gave me a phone call and, you know, said that we had a great discussion this morning. We made the decision that it's time to come out. And I said, well, when are you going to announce it? He said, do it today sometime. So I gave Puma a call. Said, hey, get your butt ready to go, Puma. It's your time now. He said, yeah, I already saw it on Instagram. I said, you what? I mean, I literally just got off the phone. And Puma said, yeah, I already saw it on Instagram. I'm ready to go. So it's kind of funny how the social media plays out with that. But, you know, it was great that Lamar called me first and let me know before I read it on Instagram. But, you know, we wish him well. He did an unbelievable job for us and for this program. Heisman Trophy winner and an unbelievable young man and a guy that always had great character and an unbelievable competitor. You know, Jaron made the decision to come out, which shocked me a little bit because when we talked about it, he said, yeah, I just kind of wanted to see where I would be. But again, he's another guy that came in here and started every game since his true freshman year and did a great job for us. And we we wish him well too. But you know, we hate to see him go. You know, we are excited about Jaylon Smith making the decision to come back, and you know, that's another one of those things where I started reading it yesterday when Stephen Fields came in and showed me the phone. I said, "Oh, he's leaving." You know, and I guess you should read the last line before you read the whole story. I would have not, you know, worried about him leaving. But he did a good job with it. You know, made it very theatrical. Jaylon's a very talented young man. You know, that was one of the things that allowed him to play as a true freshman when he came in here, was how intelligent he is, how smart he is. He was able to learn two and three positions at wide receiver, and really, you know, started, you know, right off the bat as a true freshman. And, you know, has had a great year, great career for us, and we're expecting to have a big year next year. It also was good to see Lucas, you know, come back. That's another guy that had the chance to come out, and I think he really wanted to come back and have a great year, great senior year. He's got a little family to take care of, so his decision was to come back and improve my stock and you know, give myself a chance to go in the draft next year. And Lucas is another guy that's done a great job for us here. He did redshirt when he first came in. He's already got his degree in his pocket, which is a great credit to how hard he's worked. And you know, we're expecting him to have a lot of leadership and, you know, really do a great job with our young guys and helping them out. And he did that this year. You know, he lined up next to Mackay or Cole all year long, and he mostly told them what to do, you know, right before every snap, made all the calls, did a great job of relaying information to them, and they all got better as the year went on. And I think our offensive line will be one of our strengths next year, and that's something I'm really looking forward to. It'll also be good to, you know, get Jaylon going, and you know, he doesn't like it when I call him Jaylon, so when I'm mad at him, I call him Jaylon. When he completes the pass, I say, "Nice shot, Puma." So you guys always understand how I sit with that. But you know, just a little story throughout recruiting. I was calling him up on the phone all the time. "Hey, Jaylon, what's going on?" And when he signed with us, he said, "You know, Coach, you can call me Puma now." I said, "Okay." And so, you know, it's a nickname that his grandmother gave him when he was a little kid. But we brought him with us today too, so you guys can get to visit with him. But I'm excited to see, you know, how the offense goes under his guidance, what direction it goes. You know, what we always do is have beliefs that we have in offense, and you put all kinds of different plays and different types of schemes in, but then you mold it around the quarterback. So if you were to say, will the offense change? Certainly it will change, because that's what I believe in, that we'll mold it around Puma and you know, try to emphasize what he does best. And you know, he's been sitting there for 2 years learning. And when I say learning, that is what he's been doing. You know, one of the best guys I've ever had in practice, that pays attention, knows every play, watches the defense, knows what's going on, and be able to mentally stay into a practice like he can. And I would anticipate that paying off here very much when we start spring ball. We did hire a 10th coach, hired Ryan Beard to coach our safeties. You know, Ryan's a guy that when I went to Western Kentucky, he was there as a graduate assistant. I kept on the staff. I brought him here to Louisville with me. He walked into my office about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. He had a job offer. He said, "I got a job offer to go to Northern Michigan. Just looking for some advice. Do you think I should stay here and keep doing this or go there?" And really what I said to him is, I said, "Well, I can tell you what I would do. I would take the job and go." Because I always felt like I developed more when I coached NAIA football, because I had to coach all different positions, and you run your own meeting room. So he took the job and went. I thought it was a great experience for him. He's running the secondary, he's running the meetings, he's recruiting Chicago. I also told him, I said, you know, you go take that job, the next thing you should probably, you know, anticipate or do is get hired back at Western Kentucky, and then come and work for me in a few years. And it played out just like that. He went back to Western Kentucky, coached their secondary. When they went to the bowl game a couple of years ago, did a great job there. We hired him last January, anticipating him to be the 10th coach. really thought it was going to happen in the summertime. You know, when they kind of misled us a little bit. Everybody felt like it was going to happen right away, and then they delayed it till January 9th. So it's good to have him on board. He should do a great job of recruiting, particularly here in the state of Kentucky. And we are strong coming up with recruiting classes here in the next few years in the state of Kentucky. So I'm really excited about that. It will be fun to get back to spring practice with a couple of players that missed this year. You know, Devontae Pete's a guy that missed the entire season. We're really looking forward to having him back. He was a real leader for us in special teams. He was voted special teams captain. And we missed his energy and excitement and toughness. So hopefully he'll be full speed when we get going in spring ball. PJ Blue's another guy that did come back off of his injury. He was very similar to Dave Williams in the fact that he got ready where he could have played this year. We just didn't feel like we had the need to put him out there. And so he was practicing at the end of the year, doing a good job, did a great job in bowl preparation. And he should be out there full speed for us. PJ is a safety that we think will compete and you know, work hard to try to be one of the starters at safety for us. Also, Keon Wakefield. You know, we missed Keon the entire season. Really weird injury, blocking a punt in one of our first practices and broke his leg. Missed the entire season. He did get in a position where, you know, he did some work in bowl preparation, wasn't able to go through all the practices, but was out there running routes and doing things on air. He should be full speed and ready to go and certainly give us another weapon as a wide receiver. We're going to need to get Colin Wilson back. You know, I anticipate him not being full contact in spring, but hopefully getting out there and doing some work as we go in spring football. As we lose, you know, the two running backs, Reggie and Malik, you know, Colin's going to be a guy that we rely on, so we got to get him healthy and get him some reps so he can really learn and understand the entire offense. Showed a lot of promise, I thought, as a true freshman. He's big, he can really run with the ball, but he also pass protects and catches the ball real well, so I'm excited to see what he can bring to us. As far as recruiting goes, it's really different. You know, to sign guys on December 20th, and right now I like it. It was a great deal. If you had asked me December 1st, I didn't really know if I liked it or how it was going to play out or what was going on. You know, we were looking at having 15 guys in for a visit this weekend in December and 16 guys the next week and preparing for a bowl game. So it's something you've never done before. But now that we have 20 guys signed, I think it's a good deal. We'll see how it plays out next year, and if they keep it that way. I don't know if that's exactly how they'll keep it or not. But we do have 8 of them already in school in anticipation of one more by Tuesday. Jared Goldwire's in, big defensive tackle, 6'6", 304 pounds. Looking forward to him. Michael Boykin, another defensive lineman who was 6'6", 295. Mike was a guy that signed with us a few years ago. Had to go to a junior college, and we got him back. Both of those guys redshirted at the junior college this year, so they both have 3 to play 3, which is big. Garret Jackson, a true freshman, very talented guy, measured at 6'5½", weighed 276. He's going to need to come in and you know, be able to play for us right away as a true freshman. But to add that size and strength and athleticism to our defensive front is something that's really important to us. The other guys that are here, Quinn Head, a linebacker who will compete this spring for, you know, one of our starting linebacker jobs. Robert Hicks, another linebacker. Robert's 6'1", 234 pounds. Watched him work out the other day. He ran really well, changed directions, really fast. He's also a guy that really excelled rushing the passer, so he can line up and on 3rd down as a defensive end and rush the passer. So we're excited about the skills that he brings to that position. Chandler Jones, a defensive back, is already on campus. Chandler should compete for playing time, and to start, Tutu Atwell, who's going to play, you know, slot receiver for us. Tutu is a great quarterback in high school, started for 4 years at the same high school that Teddy's from, and, you know, was the player of the year down there. Robert really is the one that put us on to you know, he's the first guy I've ever recruited that has a nickname to a nickname. So his nickname is Tutu, but his family calls him Tuda. So he's Tuda. It's Tutu, Atwell. But anyway, Robert, I asked Robert, I said, hey, do you have any really good quarterbacks down there? I know that everyone throws the ball around, and he said, the best quarterback is Tutu Atwell. We started recruiting him, got in touch with him. He's not only a very good player, but he's extremely fast. You know, we've been told that he runs 500 meters. He looked like that when we watched him work out the other day in the Traeger. Very quick, very fast. So he's a guy that could really be an explosive player for us. Also, Jatavius Harris just got in. I didn't get to watch him work out yet because he hadn't been cleared through the physical yet. He did work out yesterday, but we're excited about him. He's about 6'2", 190, and another guy that has sprinter speed at the wide receiver spot. So they're already on campus and doing a great job for us. We're looking forward to it. You know, as far as the winter program goes, that's what we tell our players preparation's all about. You know, it's our players' job to spend time physically getting ready to play. We got some guys that need to get bigger. We got some guys that need to shed a few pounds and get smaller. All of them need to get stronger and faster and more flexible. So that will really be our emphasis, is working hard on their strength and their speed and flexibility. Flexibility is so important now because they stay healthy. They're able to get their bodies out of bad positions when you're flexible. And you know, as the year goes on in the physical game that we play, you always end up in bad positions. So you have to be flexible to be able to stay healthy, and we'll have a huge emphasis of that. But the other part of their preparation is their mental preparation. You know, they have to spend time in the playbook, really understanding their position, spend time working on their craft, spend time studying the best players that play their position. So we're now able to have all NFL video. We'll make cut-ups of the best guys in the NFL at their position, and our players can come in and study that, work hard, you know, to get better at what they do and understand what the other side of the ball is doing. So coaches will be out recruiting for the next 3 weeks, and then when we get off the road, we'll even crank up the off-season program even more. But I'm excited to get started. I really like the nucleus that we have coming back as a team. We were able to redshirt more guys than we normally do a year ago. And I think we should be a strong, physical, fast team, so I'm looking forward to it. With that, I'll just open up for questions.
You mentioned tailoring the offense to Puma. How different will that make the offense?
We're about to find out. You know, that's really all I can say is you're about to find out, because, you know, can he do the things Lamar did? Yeah, you know, we see him run that offense. We did it. He can do the zone read stuff. But he also can drop back in the pocket and, you know, see things and throw the ball down the field. So it's, you know, between the weapons that we have and what Puma's skills are, we need to put it together and run the right package and continue to, you know, score points. That's the main thing.
How much of the Alabama-Georgia game did you see?
I guess all of it. How much did you see?
Second half.
Second half? Yeah, it was a good game. You know, it's good football teams out there on the field, and you know, we've already talked about how fast they played and how competitive it was, and you know, you saw both defenses flying to the football and you know, flying around. It's a great challenge for us, a great opener for us. You know, gives us a lot to work for in the off season, a lot to work for all summer long. We're going to prepare as hard as we possibly can.
Did you know any more about Jaylon Smith's injury from the bowl game?
Yeah, Trayshawn had a knee injury, he's had surgery, and he'll be out for a while.
Is it a torn ACL?
Yeah, he just had you know, we don't get into details on injuries.
Bobby, were you surprised at all about Lamar's decision? Like when he called you up, were you surprised when he said, I'm going to go ahead and go?
Nothing surprises me anymore, you know, but I thought maybe there was a chance that he would come back again. You know, but you know, a year ago after the season, I would have said, yeah, we get one more year out of him. He's going to be out of here. So you never know. I do think that they need to, you know, make it a family decision and figure out what's best for them. And you know, Lamar gave us a great 3 years.
A lot of memories with Lamar. Is there a favorite one that stands out to you? And should anyone wear the number 8 jersey again here?
Yeah, you know, you run out of numbers, so we're going to wear number 8. You know, we're going to try to get guys that can score touchdowns wearing it. We certainly need to do that. I do think that we need to get a statue probably and get that put up there because he did win the Heisman Trophy here. He did something that nobody else has ever done at the University of Louisville, and you know, it's a credit to him and his teammates.
You've had success with these huge opening opponents and have liked that in the offseason. How much do you expect that to kind of boost this offseason for you having Alabama?
Yeah, I think it'll give us a lot of motivation. You know, that's a great football team that just played for just won the national championship. A lot of our players know their players. You know, Puma's from right down the road, so we'll work extremely hard, and it is a lot of motivation. It was something that, you know, I always looked forward to in the old days when you'd open up with Kentucky, and I always felt like that helped us in the offseason.
You mentioned having NFL cut-ups of guys. Who do you want Puma watching? Anybody in particular?
That's a good question. You know, we need to get in there and see who's most similar to him, and you know, you kind of always break it down by, you know, what teams are doing and, you know, how they operate. And so we got a little studying to do before we pick the 5 out that we like, and then he needs to, you know, pick out the guys he likes too.
Are there needs that you still want to address with these last few spots of the signing class that you have?
I mean, yeah, there's always, you know, the numbers that you like to hit at each position, and you know, I feel like it'd be nice to get another running back. Might be nice to get another DB. Offensive linemen are always a premium. But the one thing that you always do in recruiting is, or that I try to do in recruiting, and our staff tries to do in recruiting is, you know, never turn down a great player. So there's been times where maybe you were full at that position, but this guy's a great player and you take him. You know, so you never know if it's the exact slots that you think you're going to get here with only 3 left, and you know, visits to come. But we're going to try to get the best 3 that we possibly can.
Because you've got so few spots, can you maybe take a shot on a guy that you weren't in previously with and concentrate more on that guy?
I mean, we've been trying to take shots on everybody, Howie. So.
You mentioned it a little bit. Can you just talk about what Rajay, his skills on the field and what he's going to bring to the defense?
Well, I was going to tell him here earlier, we're moving him to receiver. You know, he's such a great receiver at Trinity. No, I'm kidding. He's a smile on his face. He can do it, though. I can tell you that. He can do it. That was always one of the big things when we were recruiting him, was corner, receiver, corner, receiver. Offensive staff wanted him at receiver, defensive staff wanted him at corner. You know, but he's a tremendously skilled young man. One of our fastest guys in the drills that we do in the off season. You know, we do some sand pit, change of direction. We do some other quick twitch skills, and his speeds were right there at the top, right with Jair all the time. So he obviously has that quick burst and change of direction that you need to excel at the corner spot. Had him catching punts all year, because I'd love to see him back there catching punts, returning kickoffs for us because of the skills that he has, you know, with the ball in his arm. So, but his ability to play receiver and now be a corner, you know you're going to have great ball skills and have chances to get interceptions and go play the ball in the air. So I'm excited to see him. Like I said, he did a great job all year long. It had to be new to him. You know, it's always for our guys that redshirt. You think about it, since probably 5th grade, Pop Warner, right here in Louisville, he's never missed a game. He's always started, always been on the field. Now you come in and you're redshirt, so you go to practice, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you don't get to play in the games on Saturday. So I thought he had a great redshirt year. Did a good job in the classroom. Did a great job with his grades, and that's something that, you know, always is hard on guys too when they're not playing and in the games, is to keep their grades and keep their focus. And he did a great job of that.
With Ryan, you talked about his connections in the state. Do you move anybody around? I mean, because the state's so strong the next couple of years, are you going to have more guys concentrate on this?
Yeah, well, what we've been doing is trying to do it more by position right now, because you have more time and do that. But you know, right now he's going to go down to the Orlando area, and you know, he's been doing the things he legally can do with that area already. Couldn't make phone calls and, couldn't do those things, but, he's been keeping track of it. So he'll go down there, but then we will look exactly how we want to split up the state of Kentucky after the recruiting season.
What things do you see with your returning backs? What skills really stand out against?
Yeah, Day Williams, I think, is going to be a guy that can really, be one of those guys, carry the ball 20, 25 times a game. He seems to get stronger and better as the game goes on, and the more touches that he gets, he can really catch the ball out of the backfield and protect. Trey Smith is a guy that did a great job anytime we put him in this year. He ran the ball real well. He's got to focus on his pass protection and his understanding of what's coming and how the linebackers want to rush and do those things. Colin Wilson, obviously, we feel like is very, very talented. Guy that has special skills running with the ball and catching the ball. And he did a great job of picking up the protections and getting in a position to play early. It's just a shame that he got hurt when he did, because he was about to play more reps and do that. So those would be the three that would get the most of the work this spring.
Do you know yet, have you solidified what Ryan's role is going to be?
He's going to coach the safeties.
All right, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Budget, we'll go